B1-B English Podcast.
Hello and welcome to MBE English Podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Kevin. Thanks for being here.
Today's episode is an advanced listening practice conversation about shopping and consumer choices, not just what we buy, but why we buy it and how we can make smarter decisions.
We'll explore habits like impulse buying, discounts, reviews, brand loyalty, and the trade-offs between convenience, budget, and sustainability.
Let's dive in. Today, we're focusing on something very practical: shopping and consumer choices, how we decide what to buy, why we buy it, and how we can shop more intentionally.
Yes, and this topic connects to daily life in a big way. People make purchase decisions almost every day, even small ones, like coffee, snacks, or delivery.
Let's begin with a simple question. When you go shopping, do you plan first or do you decide in the moment?
It depends. For groceries, I try to plan. For clothes or gadgets, I'm more impulsive. If I see something that looks useful, I start imagining how it will improve my life.
That imagination is powerful. Sometimes we buy an item not because we need it, but because we like the future version of ourselves that we picture.
Yes, like buying running shoes and thinking, now I'll become a consistent runner.
And then the shoes stay in the box for 3 months.
Exactly, well, not that word, let's say, that happens frequently.
So one big consumer choice is separating need from want. But the tricky part is that wants can feel like needs.
True. Advertising is designed to create that feeling. You see a product and the message is, your life is incomplete without this.
I noticed this with skincare. I used to think I needed many products: cleanser, toner, serum, mask, special cream, and so on. Then I realized I was buying routines, not results.
That's a great point. Sometimes we're purchasing a sense of control. If I follow these steps, I'll solve everything.
Another example is kitchen tools. People buy a fancy blender, a waffle maker, a special knife set, then use them twice.
I'm guilty. I once bought a sandwich press because I imagined perfect breakfasts. It turned into a storage decoration.
So the question becomes, how do we make better decisions? Let's talk about strategies.
One technique I like is the 24-hour rule. If I want something that isn't urgent, I wait 1 day before buying.
That's smart. The feeling of desire often fades.
And if I still want it tomorrow, then I consider it seriously.
I do a similar thing, but sometimes I wait a week for expensive items. After a week, I can tell if it's truly useful or just exciting.
Excitement is a strong driver. Many purchases are mood-based.
Yes, shopping can be emotional regulation. People buy things when they're stressed, bored, or sad.
Or when they feel they deserve a reward. I had a hard week, so I'll treat myself.
Treating yourself can be healthy, but it can also become a habit that harms your budget.
Exactly. It's about balance.
Let's talk about discounts. Have you ever seen a price that looks amazing, but you're not sure it's real?
Absolutely. Some stores show an old price that seems high, then a new price that looks like a huge bargain. Your brain compares them and thinks you're saving money.
That's called price anchoring. The first number becomes a reference point.
Yes, and it pushes you to buy quickly. If I don't do it now, I'll lose the deal.
I've learned to check price history on some websites or compare with other sellers.
Same. Also, I ask myself, would I buy this at full price? If the answer is no, then the discount is controlling me.
Great question. Because a discount doesn't mean you're saving money. It means you're spending less than a number that might not be meaningful.
Exactly. Spending is still spending.
Here's a personal story. I was buying headphones online and a message appeared. Only 2 left in stock. My heart rate changed.
That message is powerful.
I felt urgency. I rushed to check out. Then later, I refreshed the page and it still said 2 left.
So the scarcity was suspicious.
Yes, it taught me to pause. Sometimes that urgency is artificial.
That's a great learning moment. Some platforms also use timers, like offer ends in 10 minutes, and you feel pressured.
In those moments, I try to breathe and ask, is this a real emergency or a marketing technique?
Reviews can help, but they can also mislead. Sometimes products have thousands of 5-star ratings, but the quality is not great.
True, some reviews are fake and some are biased. People might get a discount in exchange for a positive comment.
I like to read the 3-star reviews. They're often more balanced. They mention good and bad points.
Same. I also search for photos posted by real customers. Those images show the true color, size, and texture.
Another thing, people's standards differ. A person might say, this jacket is warm, but they live in a mild climate.
Exactly. Context matters. Also, body shape matters for clothes. A perfect fit for one person can be uncomfortable for another.
So I look for reviewers who are similar to me or who describe their situation clearly.
Do you have brand loyalty?
For some categories, yes. Like shoes, I found a brand that fits my feet well, so I keep buying it.
That makes sense. Comfort is personal.
But for other items, I don't care about the brand. I care about durability and price.
Brand loyalty can be practical, but it can also be emotional. Some people buy a label to feel a certain status.
That's true. A logo can become a social signal.
Sometimes people buy expensive items not for quality, but for identity. I'm the kind of person who owns this.
And social media increases that pressure. You see influencers showing products, and it feels like everyone has them.
Yes, and they often show a perfect lifestyle, which makes you think buying the item will give you that life.
But the lifestyle is staged.
Exactly. Well, staged might sound harsh. Let's say carefully curated.
Many people want to budget, but they hate the feeling of restriction.
Because they think budgeting means suffering.
But a budget is simply a plan for your money. It's not punishment.
I like the idea of categories. You decide a monthly limit for groceries, transport, entertainment, and savings.
And you can include a fun money category. That way you can enjoy purchases without guilt.
Yes, if you plan for enjoyment, you don't feel like you're failing when you buy a coffee.
Another method is tracking leaks. Small repeated spending can quietly destroy your budget. Delivery fees, subscriptions, tiny add-ons.
Subscriptions are huge. People pay for services they don't use.
I did that. I had 2 streaming services and barely watched them. I canceled one and didn't miss it.
That's a win. Convenience is a major factor. Food delivery saves time, but it costs more.
Exactly. Sometimes you pay for speed and comfort, not for food quality.
I like delivery occasionally, but I try not to make it automatic.
One trick, I keep easy meals at home: pasta, eggs, frozen vegetables, so I don't feel forced to order.
That's smart. If your home has backup options, you make better choices.
Convenience also affects shopping apps. One click and you're done. It feels effortless.
But that ease can lead to overspending because you don't experience the pain of paying.
Yes, digital payments feel less real than cash.
Cash has physical limits. You see it disappear.
With a card, it's just numbers.
I have a habit. I fill my online cart like it's a hobby.
Me too. It's like window shopping, but digital.
Then the cart becomes a wish list. Sometimes I forget, and later I check out without thinking.
That's dangerous.
So now I treat the cart differently. I use a separate wish list, and I keep the cart only for items I'm ready to buy now.
Great system. Also, removing saved card details can slow you down, which gives you time to reconsider.
Friction can be helpful.
Yes, a small obstacle can protect you.
Let's talk about sustainability. Many people want to buy eco-friendly products, but they're often more expensive.
True, and sometimes green labels are unclear. Some companies use eco-language as marketing without real action.
That's called greenwashing.
Exactly. It makes consumer choices harder.
One approach is buying less. The most sustainable product is often the one you don't buy.
Also, buying second-hand can reduce waste. Thrift stores, resale apps, or swapping with friends.
I like that. And repairing items matters too. Instead of replacing a jacket, you fix a zipper.
But repair culture is weaker now. People are used to replacing.
That's why learning small repair skills can save money and reduce waste.
Another ethical issue is fast fashion. Clothes are cheap, trendy, and quick, but quality can be poor and labor conditions can be problematic.
So people face a trade-off: low price now or better quality and ethics, but higher cost.
Exactly. And not everyone can afford expensive ethical brands.
Right. So we shouldn't shame people. We should focus on realistic steps. Buy fewer items, choose better quality when possible, and use things longer.
Here's something people don't talk about enough: decision fatigue.
Yes, too many choices exhaust your brain.
You scroll through 50 products, compare features, read opinions, check sizes, check colors, and you become tired.
Then you make a weak decision, or you buy nothing and feel frustrated.
I've learned to set limits. I choose 3 options, compare them, and pick one.
Also, setting a time limit helps. Like, I will spend 20 minutes on this.
And if you can't decide, it might mean you don't need it.
True.
Today we talked about shopping habits and consumer decisions, how marketing influences us, how emotions affect spending, and how to choose value over impulse.
For listening practice, replay this episode and focus on linking phrases like, which brings us to, on the other hand, a useful approach is, and in other words.
Also pay attention to phrases for comparing options, like it depends, what matters most is, and the downside is.
Thanks for listening to MBE's podcasts. Subscribe for more advanced English listening practice. See you next time.